Marathon number 4 coming up. Here we go. Sunday, May 19th, Rochester, Minnesota. I will be completing my 4th marathon. If we rewind a little bit, my first one was in LA, ran a 2:59:10, which I was pretty stoked on because it qualified me for Boston, which is basically kind of like the Super Bowl of marathon running in the US. Submitted my time for Boston. Unfortunately, I didn't make the cut. I needed to be a 2:55 or faster. Fast forward to the fall, last year of 2023, I did the Madison Marathon, Wisconsin in 2:53. Lowered my PR by 6 minutes. Pretty stoked on that, obviously, but it was past the Boston registration period, so I wasn't able to use that time for 2024. And then, yeah, we've got this running bug, so we trained all winter long in Minnesota. Kept putting in the miles, and it was really interesting to see just how my body was adapting. You would think with being like a professional motocross racer for 15 years, I feel like I had a really high level of cardio fitness, and I did, but it was like cycling, running, skier, rowing, strength training. It was really balanced, and then obviously the most important piece being the dirt bike, right? So now I've really just been honing in on running. That's kind of all I've really been doing is running, a little bit of core here or there. And so I was able to knock the time down in Arizona this past February to 2:50 flat. Really, really close to that 2:40 range. That's what I was hoping for ultimately. But fast forward to now we're into May, and we got marathon number 4 coming up. And pretty stoked in this one. We've had a really good build. I've been hovering between 70 to 85 miles a week, which honestly, it's taken me probably 2 years to get to where I can handle that type of volume. I just simply couldn't handle it. You know, my first marathon build in LA, I was lucky to be doing 50 to 60 miles a week. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's been fun. It's been able to scratch that itch, but I don't have to worry about the risk that I took like when I was racing motocross. And yeah, we're ready. Marathon number 4. Let's go.
We are headed to the Rochester Med City Marathon check-in.
Ooh, all right. How we feeling?
A little froggy right now.
Yeah. Fresh out of the Norman Tech.
Yeah, fresh out of Norman Tech, so ready to rip, dude. Gonna get up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Get some coffee, some carbs in me, and then it's time to rock and roll, baby.
Ooh, how many carbs do we get today? You got a number?
We are gonna be loading up, man. I'm aiming for probably, I don't even know, let's just say at least 100 grams of carbs, if not more. We're not having beef liver, and we are not fasting.
Yeah, sweet. How many miles are we peaking coming into this? I know we didn't have a lot of prep time, but what are we at for mileage? What was our peak week?
I think my peak week was about 35 miles.
Oh,
which is pretty good.
It's about half of what Big Al was at. All right.
I'm ready to rip.
I've really been digging these I don't even know how you say it, Sealy hats. Really comfortable. I like the white, keeps you cool when it's hot. We got the Nike Vaporflies. So these are, honestly, I've tried the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus. I've tried the Adidas Adios Pro 3s. I've kind of just ended up trending towards Nike stuff. I really like the shoes. They're light, they're fast. They kind of got their technology figured out. Actually, and this is a new upgrade here, I've always been a Polar guy for most of my racing career, and we upgraded to the Apple Watch Ultra 2. So this has actually been a pleasant surprise. It's been really nice. Makes the battery last usually 2 days for me, even if I'm running every day. And then we got, of course, the Troll Training Kit, jersey, looking pretty good, custom. Plan is to take a gel. This will be a 75 milligram SIS caffeine gel at the start, probably 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes before the start. Mile 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. I kind of started relying on like Gatorade and like any gels that are on the course for the last 8 miles. And that seems to work pretty good. But from what I've found through long runs and stuff, the more carbs that I have and through gels, the better. I feel like I am stronger towards the end of the run. I feel like I recover better after the run. Through training, I've kind of been around that 90 grams an hour of carbs, which is pretty high. And that's something to where to get your stomach to handle that, like you have to train your stomach for that. No fasted training runs, eating a lot more carbs. And that's actually something that I've noticed. I've really prioritized like eating much more carbohydrates, upwards of 300 to 500 grams of carbs. It really depends on what I'm doing in that day. Say I'm just doing a 4-mile run, I'm probably barely having 200 grams of carbs a day. Say I'm doing like 2 8-milers or a long run, then I'm upwards of 500 grams of carbs a day. I've actually lost a little bit of weight doing that, but I've also noticed that like my recovery from workouts is better. I feel like I've just kind of had pretty steady forward progress through just fueling effectively, like when I need it. Those carbs are there. It's race morning, 5 a.m. Getting going here. Element electrolyte packet, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, some 60 milligrams of magnesium. Cup of coffee, banana, and a plain blueberry bagel. This has been my go-to for most mornings when I'm getting up early. Just want to get out the door, get some carbs in the system. And if I get hungry, I'll have a fig bar. All right, just got the little bro's house. We're gonna carpool. He's got the old Ford Raptor. Oh, we're feeling ready. Got some pretty cool jerseys here. This is from, I think he raced over in Japan. That was pretty cool. His Nations jersey and his championship jersey. I think that is, 2014. Pretty sick.
Here we go.
What are you doing?
Thinking about how bad this is gonna hurt.
Did you sleep at all last night?
Slept amazing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, actually.
Wow.
This is way less stressful than racing fucking Supercross.
Yeah, you don't gotta worry about a set of whoops or Supercross triples. A quad, which honestly at Indy you didn't even true any triples anyways.
No, I literally double everything.
Yeah. That was really exciting.
It's pretty bad.
So we got your first half today. This will be my 4th marathon.
Yeah.
Med City, the 28th annual Med City Marathon. It's kind of nice because it's a hometown race, so we don't have to get on an airplane. We don't have to travel. Slept in our own beds. We're gonna carpool to the start line here because Jerma's only doing the half, so he'll be able to pick up his truck. Hopefully, meet me at the finish.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do we have for dinner?
What did I have for dinner? I had that chickpea pasta.
Chickpea?
Yep. And all I had was like.
Did you put an A after chickpeas?
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I probably butchered it. But
Just
anyways, yeah, I had some pasta, and then I had some just plain noodles with a light olive oil balsamic vinaigrette.
Oh.
And that was my race program.
Okay.
Yeah. My current health status, and the reason why I'm doing this event right now is right after Indianapolis Triple Crown, the Supercross race earlier this year, I was riding my first day outdoors, and I was about an hour and 20 minutes into the day, and unfortunately I went down and I got knocked the F out again, and I was out for probably 2 minutes or more, and
They said between like 2 and 6 minutes, right?
yeah,
Roughly.
between 2 to 6 minutes, and obviously I was dealing with I ripped a tendon off my bone in my thumb, so that's also been a big issue as well. And then also with my head, I've had lingering symptoms for a little while, so I've decided to take the rest of the year off and get healthy because I can't afford to hit my head anymore because I did it twice in 6 weeks. So my current status is stay in shape and try to enjoy life as best as you can.
Yeah. All right. Well, no better way to get in shape than running a half marathon. But yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, hitting your head is pretty dangerous. It's kind of the dark side of our sport. And, when you have a bad concussion like the one he had in Detroit, it's not pretty, and arguable if he should have even came back for Supercross then. But to hit your head again, that's when you kind of know you got to really take some time off and let the brain heal because, we're not getting any younger and you got a long life after racing. So
yeah, that's definitely right. I got tested at this place up in Minneapolis after the one in Detroit, and then the second test I did, it was pretty insane to see how deteriorated my brain was and how bad it was. So I've been working with those guys to get it better, and it's gotten better, but it still is not at the level it was even after Detroit. So hopefully in time, it should make a 100% full recovery.
Here at the start line, so the big plan is, so I signed up for this race last year. I actually attempted to do this race last year, and in the first like 5 feet I rolled my ankle. So basically, like right off the start, there's blacktop and then gravel, and it's like a 10-inch drop, and I was too far to the left. I didn't see where I was going. Stepped over the curb, rolled my ankle, and that was, I tried to run like 2 miles, and I actually had to pull out because it was just like swollen in pain. So the big goal is just to get through the first 5 feet. But no, in all seriousness, after that, I've really been feeling like I can do a sub 245 marathon. So my fastest so far is 250. But we've had a really good build from Arizona to now. We've had like 10 to 12 weeks of just consistent 60 to 80 miles a week range. Been doing workouts with Ben and Rick and Jerma and the boys, usually once or twice a week, doing like some good track workouts. So leg speed's feeling good, fitness has come around, and it's gonna be fun today. We got Ben chasing half marathon PR. We got Jeremy doing his first ever half marathon, which I think he can be definitely sub 118. We'll see, he'll be in that 115 to 118 range, which is much faster than my PR ever was. And then we're chasing sub 245. So let's go. One. That's beautiful.
That's number one.
Oh, well, this is number one. You got the back scar there. Look how many plates we got in there?
Too many.
You get scuffs up on the shoulder.
Yeah, we had surgery there. We had this one here. There's no scaphoid in this wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, here we got a couple arm injuries here.
This is why wrist straps don't work anymore.
Yes.
You want to say keyboard jockey? Nothing. Nothing. I'm fine.
I broke my collarbone once. I got 3 plates and 23 screws in this one. 1 plate and 3 screws in this ankle. Motocross is sweet.
Not bad. It's going.
Jeremy's in second. Al's up 2 packs.
Okay.
We're cruising.
What's your pace?
Huh?
What's your pace?
Just below 6:30.
Feeling good?
Yep.
How's it going, Al?
Morning. 3 miles in. The first couple miles are always like, oh geez, still have 23 miles left. 3 miles in, 6:09 average pace. Feeling good.
Feeling good?
Hammer down. Say that's beta gel.
What's that?
6:05.
All right.
Aiming for 5:50.
Okay.
Little off, but we've been managing 5:50 so far. So we'll get it.
Ooh. That's one for the back footage.
Wish I had that speed.
You've got longer legs.
Alright, we're cruising along. 6:12 pace. 6 miles in. Gel number 2.
L2. Just a little less chaotic than the LA Marathon?
Oh god, yeah. It took me 5 miles to get to the point where I could see the pavement in front of me. It's a much smaller marathon, so like probably less than 1,000 runners in it. But the fact that you can stay in your own bed, drive to the start line, ample parking, Can't beat it.
Water. We're sitting at 190.
What's your pace?
540.
540?
Yeah. That's all the legs got. Just try to hold it. That was fun. I had a really quick time because it was so much downhill, you know. It really helped me. And then this cat, I dragged it in for the first 6-7 miles, you know.
Look at that, Benny. Good job. 124.
That's an hour 24 and some change. That was ahead of the target. So we're doing a full come October. I was full gas going down the hill because the stride was so long, you know. Yes.
The porter.
Absolutely.
Can you smile? You don't like beards, do you?
Good. Good job, marathoners. Come on, Alex.
Go, Alex.
Hang in there. Hang in there. Good job.
So you eat your favorite meal. Your brother won with a 115.20.
Oh, wow.
Ben finished with a 124.15-ish.
Yes. All right.
So, does trail training work?
Now it's up to me. Well, we went through the half in 122 flat.
Okay.
We slowed down a little bit, but we're kind of just right in the pain cave right now. It's all about these last 10 miles, just embracing it. We're just plodding along over here. 6:16 pace through 16 miles. Honestly, haven't felt great the whole time. We're just doing it.
Just going. So what mile mark are we at? 21?
21, 6:26 pace right now. So we were about 6:15 through the half.
Okay.
Lost about 10 seconds per mile.
That's your average for the whole run?
Huh?
That's your average for the whole run?
6:26.
Okay.
It's my last gel. At the marathon in Arizona, it was downpouring rain and like 40 degrees the last 6 miles. It actually felt really good.
There was not a cone on the turn onto the bridge, so Alex and another guy almost missed it and ruined their entire race.
Dude, I can't believe they didn't have a cone there.
So I think what we were supposed to do was go straight across the bridge, over the river, the road bridge, and then circle back around through.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
It's been a day. Oh, the body has been shutting down since mile 17. We're trying our best. Marathons are not easy.
Good job, Alex.
Good job. Come on, big dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go, Miguel.
All right, marathon number 4, done and dusted. Med City. It was, dude, I really kind of took for granted. I thought like I was for sure in sub 250 shape. You know, as I was saying, I was aiming for 245. Went through the half in 122, which was good. So we were on pace. And then I would say around mile 17, 18, the wheels just completely fell off. It's always tough when the first half is easier than the second half. And then I think with the sun coming out, it kind of heated up a little bit and I could just feel the body deteriorating. And kept doing my gels, kind of borderline getting queasy, trying to get the gels in towards the end. And I would say from mile 18 to the finish, we kind of just survived. So came in about 255 flat, P5 for the marathon, which was cool, but a little disappointed in the time, obviously, but that's the hard part when you're going for a time goal and like you can't control the weather conditions or the course. I've never done this course before, but there were so many turns and ups and downs that it starts to fatigue and take away from you. And thinking back with my marathon in Arizona, like that was flat and net downhill, and it was like 40 degrees. So just those variables right there makes a difference. But yeah, marathon number 4 in the books, 3rd fastest marathon, and actually learned a lot. So next up, Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota, June 22nd. All right, so if you made it this far in the running video, congrats. Appreciate you guys, for that matter. I know a lot of you are moto fans, and definitely in a different phase of my life, but hey, you know what? You got to scratch the itch, and for me, running does that. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. But yeah, if you want to check out a deep dive of Med City Marathon number 4, stay tuned. So let's dive into the Strava information here. So yes, official time was 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 54 seconds. Ended up P5. So there was actually like 3 or 4 guys that were ahead of me towards the end. But like I was saying in the video, there was a point where there was not a cone to mark a left hand over a bridge. And I actually ended up going like 100 yards too much, turned around, thankfully, because my film guy let me know. But there was several other people that ended up running like 30 miles for this race. So kind of a bummer to them, but... So yeah, I ended up P5, 6:39 average minute per mile pace. So like I said, I was really gunning for like that 6:18 pace, which would have lended me into the mid 240 range, which was obviously the time goal. And, you know, still feel like I am capable of that. Like going in, like I said, I had a really good block of 10 weeks or more where I was doing 70 plus miles. We were usually doing 1 to 2 workouts a week of speed workouts, like 400 meter repeats, 800s, 1000s, 10 by, actually, so one of the biggest workouts I did that gave me a lot of confidence with Jeremy was 10 by 1 mile. So we were by kind of that 545, 550 pace for the first 7. And then the last 3, we kind of just unleashed the beast. And I was like low 240s, high 530s. And then Jeremy, he still smoked me. But so it was workouts like that where I was like, man, I'm feeling pretty good. We're ready to hammer, get a PR. But like I said, you could just never control the temperature. It was really hot, especially in the second half of that marathon. And then the course was really hilly, and there's a lot of turns and twists and going over and up and down bridges and stuff like that in the second half of this race. So definitely learned a lot, like I said, and it was really cool to see some of my best efforts for quite a few distances, from the 15K, 10 mile, 20K, half marathon, and 30K. I set PRs in these distances, which is really cool because obviously I wasn't, I was going for the marathon distance, so I was pacing myself for the most part. But yeah, to go through the half marathon in 121, like I was definitely on pace for what would have been a PR in the marathon, but ultimately the wheels just completely fell off. Like as you can see here, kind of low 6-minute pace through 10 miles. And then as we got, around that half marathon, you can tell that I started to kind of feel it a little bit. And then, like I said, around mile 20 is when the wheels definitely really fell off. So, and I mean, my fueling strategy was pretty well. Like I was taking a gel every 3 miles. And yeah, I think on mile 21, I took my last gel. But yeah, there's just really nothing you can do. Like once the wheels fall off and the body starts to fatigue, there's not much you can do. So I went from kind of being in race mode, trying to be as low to mid 6-minute mile, to just survival. So I definitely learned a lot with this build for sure. And one of the things I actually noticed, if you want to dive into heart rate, is it's been a long time since I've done a lactate threshold test. I know last year John and I did one, but I would summarize from this marathon effort that my threshold was probably around 172 going in, because I definitely noticed every time I got above 172, things just felt a little harder. And I think in retrospect, I wish I would have just taken it easy, maybe went through the half marathon at like 124, 125 pace, and then ramped it up if we were feeling good on the day. Because I was seeing a lot of like 176 to 178 heart rate in the first half, which I think is really what maybe hurt so much in the second half. So I mean, all in all, really learned a lot with this marathon build, and it's fun. Scratching the itch, don't really have to risk it anymore. I did that for 16 years on the dirt bike, and now it's kind of nice to, it allowed me to get these trophies and stuff here, but, we're in a different phase of life, and like I said, I appreciate you guys for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. We got Grandma's Marathon coming up in Duluth, Minnesota, June 22nd, and hopefully chase that elusive 2:40 time goal for the marathon. It's a pretty flat, it's a fast course. I think it might be net downhill, and I think if we have a cool, chilly day, hopefully we'll be in for some PRs.